lurking in your salad.
It's unthinkable.
Why these outbreaks keep happening. Your marketplace starts now. We're tracking Canada's food supply to the deserts of southern Arizona.
You want to pull over here?
Looking for clues to a modern mystery.
Wow, look at all that green, and we're in the middle of the desert.
Why do our salads keep making us sick?
We're farming romaine lettuce, butter lettuce, red leaf lettuce, green leaf lettuce, and iceberg lettuce.
John Bolts farms about 2,000 acres around Yuma, Arizona.
Here, let me cut this one open for you so you can
Very sturdy.
look at it.
We're not socially distancing because we filmed this before the pandemic.
It looks so fresh.
In winter months, this area supplies almost all the salad we eat in North America. But Yuma has also given us one of the worst outbreaks ever of romaine lettuce contaminated with E. coli.
Do you take lettuce home to your family?
I do. I'm going to take some home out of this field before we head home. I mean, I trust it to my own 3 kids, my wife, and myself to eat.
If you have romaine lettuce in your fridge, don't eat it, don't serve it.
A new case of E. coli.
E. coli.
E. coli. E. coli.
At least 5 outbreaks in 3 years involving romaine from the U.S. and a strain of E. coli known as 0157H7. Hundreds have been poisoned. At least 7 have died from eating something that's supposed to be good for us.
What's going on to cause all these outbreaks?
Bolt says his farm has not been part of any outbreak, and he can't say what's causing them.
They are a little bit of a mystery in that we don't seem to be able to get back and resolve them all the time.
It's a similar story next door in California, where lettuce production moves from spring to fall, and from where contaminated romaine has made many people sick.
Lisa has that for his mark. It's a boy.
One of the most heartbreaking cases. A small boy in Richmond, British Columbia, Lucas Parker.
A little bit more. There we go. Keep it to the left and to the right. So you feel his head.
Lift his eyes.
Lucas is 4 years old, and this is how he spends most days now. At home with his parents, Nathan and Carla.
He's smiling, eh? He's so cute. Love his little smile.
He was a healthy boy for his first few years. Today, Lucas can't walk. He can't talk. He can't see.
It's amazing to think that in a first world country, people could serve you a romaine lettuce salad that would bring on such sickness.
This is Lucas and his brothers, not long before a family trip to California. Disneyland was their ultimate destination. But after a long drive south to a motel, they're a hungry family. Nathan and Carla decide to order takeout from a pizza place with a side order of romaine salad.
You couldn't have anticipated what was to come.
No. I had no idea stopping on a small mom and pop shop, tired from being on the road, exhausted, I had no idea that ordering some takeout would kill my kid.
And he didn't even eat that much.
No, he had probably 3 bites of my salad.
And as a parent, you're feeding that to your kids thinking,
This is
I'm doing
healthy.
something good.
This is the right thing to do, right? Man, was I wrong. I'd really like to go back in time and change this.
Lucas, can you blink?
It takes several days before Lucas shows any real signs of sickness.
If I move over here, will you look at me now?
By the time he's in a Canadian hospital, the E. coli shuts down his kidneys, and it leads to 2 brain injuries.
Can you smile?
Oh.
this is our little boy. He was the nicest little kid in the world. And, you know, there he is. Like, what do you mean? You know, and every day that was the question. It's like, how can this get worse? Like, where does this stop? You don't understand, like...
This is the most devastatingly injured human who has survived a foodborne illness outbreak, ever.
Bill Marler is an American lawyer and food safety advocate who represents Lucas and his parents.
It's just devastating. It's, you know, as a father, I look at it, you know, and just think to myself, you know, this could have happened to my kid, it could happen to your kid, and it's just wrong. We run our office just like a health department.
Marler launched his first food safety lawsuit nearly 30 years ago.
I have an epidemiologist that interviews these people.
Most cases of E. coli poisoning used to involve hamburgers. These days, it's lettuce.
The E. coli outbreaks linked to romaine lettuce and other leafy greens blew up in the last decade and a half because we wanted bagged salads. We wanted to be able to go to the grocery store. Restaurants wanted to be able to not have someone in the back chopping up lettuce. They just wanted to open a bag and dump it in your salad bowl and good to go. That's the cause of the problem. It's industrialized agriculture, convenience, and it's killing us.
Yuma, for instance, is surrounded by big factories where trucks take fresh-cut vegetables for cooling.
We're trying to get the freshest, safest, highest quality product.
And where lettuce is washed, chopped, and bagged, like in these corporate videos from some of the big players.
Everything is designed to produce the highest quality product possible.
Before the pandemic, we asked several companies to let us inside to see for ourselves. They say no. Instead, researchers at Michigan State University share a study with us, showing how germs can spread during food processing. They take 2,000 pounds of iceberg lettuce and throw in 20 pounds of radicchio, contaminated with E. coli.
This way we could visually see the product that is contaminated.
They send it through a processing line that mimics how bagged salad is created. At the end, they find the contaminated radicchio in every single bag. 1,000 trucks leave Yuma every day, carrying veggies all over North America, spreading any problems that might be inside. But where exactly could E. coli be coming from?
We've talked to scientists and other experts who say it's a mystery why these outbreaks keep happening. What do you say to that?
It's a mystery?
Yeah.
Have you been to Yuma? Have you been to Salinas? You know, we all know where E. coli 0157H7 comes from. It comes from cows. And when you have 100,000 cow feedlot, a dirt road, a canal, and then leafy greens for as far as the eye can see, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what happened.
Here's what he's talking about. We shoot this video just outside Yuma, where there's a feedlot with more than 100,000 cows. Beside it, an irrigation canal. And beside that, field upon field of leafy greens. Marler believes it's a dangerous combination.
We have an environmental contamination source, cows, in proximity to a product that is ready to eat, essentially. And when you have cows near a product that is ready to eat, you got a problem. I'm surprised that the Canadians still allow U.S. romaine lettuce across the border.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration admits now that cows near lettuce fields could be a factor in E. coli contamination, but it's not making any new rules to deal with it.
Those knives are going to be chlorine dipped on a regular basis.
John Bolt says farmers like him are already doing more than what rules require to keep the food supplies safe.
Farmers' practices are remarkable these days, not just mine, but everybody in my business. And so I think we're doing everything humanly possible today.
That includes independent testing of the irrigation water surrounding his fields and making sure that water never touches the edible parts of his crops. Bolt says they've also taken steps to keep animals away and isn't worried about all those cows down the road.
That feedlot's been around since the 1930s, 1940s, and we've been producing leafy greens in this area for about that length of time. If there really was an issue, we would be having an issue more frequently.
Let's just assume for the sake of argument that all the things that they've done have been arguably beneficial. The question is why are we still having outbreaks? Okay, something's not working.
Back here at home,
put out 100 grams, put it into a bag.
Professor Larry Goodridge is an expert in food safety at the University of Guelph. He says E. coli outbreaks are actually pretty rare.
You know, we're focusing on 5 outbreaks since 2017 of romaine lettuce, but it's important to understand that in that period, people have consumed a large amount of romaine lettuce, and many people have done that without becoming ill.
But his research also shows the less food processing, the better.
The more our food is handled, the more contamination can occur.
Does that mean eating head lettuce is safer than bagged?
I think that to reduce the risk of developing a foodborne illness, one of the things that consumers can do is to purchase whole heads of lettuce, remove the leaves themselves, and prepare salad that way.
Getting suited up here.
But even if you do stick with head lettuce, don't think you can wash your worries away if there's a recall.
We're going to put some fluorescent powder onto the lettuce.
Professor Goodridge uses a glow-in-the-dark powder to demonstrate how hard it is to get rid of germs.
So I'm washing this lettuce like I'd be washing it at home.
Some of it has been washed away, and the rest has been spread over the surface of the leaf.
Canada's Food Inspection Agency took steps to improve safety last fall. Importers had to show their lettuce was either free of E. coli or did not come from California's Salinas Valley. But those measures never targeted lettuce from Yuma and have since expired. The CFIA says it will reassess its rules later this year. A safe food supply failed the Parker family.
Okay, it's lunchtime, buddy.
For Lucas, his meals are now liquefied and ingested through a tube in his stomach.
Make sure it's twisted on there. People say to eat healthy, and then, like, this is what happens, you know, and just... I don't understand it.
Coming up next on your marketplace, how much money are they going to steal tonight?
Maybe $70,000, $80,000.
Could you be their next victim?
Meet some of the most amazing